It was about 10 years ago this month that Dr. Paul Ehrlich made his first appearance on The Tonight Show, and it elicited probably more mail than any guest at that time we have ever had on the show. It had to do with his book, The Population Bomb, and it was a major factor in launching the ZPG, which is zero population growth in this country. And since that show, he's done about 25 shows with us. His many books include The Population Bomb, The Race Bomb, and his latest book concerns, I think, one of the original topics we discussed then, population. It's called The Golden Door and deals with the movement of peoples, especially with illegal Mexican immigration. Would you welcome Dr. Paul Ehrlich?
It's Michael Landon, right? Michael Landon from Little House on the Prairie. Folks, welcome to the channel. Stay for this video. Yes, we'll talk about the population bomb. Yeah, so much about that, right? Or as Elon Musk calls it correctly, the demographic collapse, which we're all gonna, we're gonna disappear from this planet as a species sooner, way sooner than you think. But I was thinking about this, we go back to the Malthusian times, which you could justify like, well, people that did not know any better. No, this is Johnny Carlson's show. 25 times, this man, Dr. Paul Ehrlich. All right, he's a fucking doctor, man. He's still alive, by the way. 92 years young. There you go. There you go, you handsome devil. He had one child, married to Annie Holland. All right. He co-authored the book with his wife. He had no problem in taking all credit for himself, though. The population bomb was huge. Super successful academia mind of the United States. One of those brilliant thinkers. I mean, the population. This was huge. Fucking huge. Huge. Johnny Carlson show 25. Who the fuck do you have to screw to end up 25 times in the most popular show on the planet? Well, I guess it's because of the agenda that you have. Now, there's something I was thinking about, because how did we end up this way? How is it that we've seen the zero growth thing that the man just mentioned with this, thinker, mind, brilliant author, so many brilliant authors. I'm an author, by the way. If you want to buy my books, they're over there, Surviving the Economic Collapse and 3 Survival Skills. No doubt, very much necessary given the times we're living in and what's to come. Thanks to people like our friend here, Dr. Paul Ehrlich. But I was thinking, I do think, yeah, I know that I look like a little bit of a lunatic survivalist here, but yeah, I spent a lot of time studying, spent a lot of time in college and books and libraries and a lot more than you probably think. And I don't think that it was all wasted, because when you're studying, why the fuck is this? Why is this? Because there is an adage, rule of thumb. Rule of thumb, do you know? I think the rule of thumb comes from the size of the stick in which you're allowed to. Yeah, it has to be the size of your thumb to like punish someone and be okay. Not too brutal. Hanlon's razor is an adage or rule of thumb that says, never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity, right? So no, it's not that. And what is it? I think that Dr. Paul Ehrlich is stupid. Do I think that Johnny Carlson is stupid? Do I think that everyone watching this show is stupid? The American population watching and cheering, it's all stupid? Well, I do, but don't worry. I think everyone is stupid. I think we're living in a stupid planet in general. I think that the stupidity of people in general is very depressing. In general, people tend to be pretty stupid. Now, it's not everyone that ends up 25 times in the Johnny Carlson show. It's not everyone that is extremely rich and successful based on something that they wrote that is completely fucking wrong. So I'm supposed to think that Paul Ehrlich, still alive, he was just, what is the word says exactly? Stupidity. I'm supposed to think that this man was stupid. I'm supposed to think that this doctor never read anything about Thomas Malthus, but even more simple. I'm supposed to think that this man that wrote this book, right? The Population Bomb. When was this written? The Population Bomb. 1968. Okay. So 1968. 1968, the fertility rate of the United States was 68. All right. Let's happy with this number around here. Do you see the problem that we have here? Do you see it as well as I do? We have a problem here because I can't do this. I can't attribute to stupidity that which even a fucking complete absolute idiot would have seen, which is there's no population bomb. You're not standing on a population bomb. You're barely standing on replacement rate. And if you're an expert on this field, if you ever read anything about what this man was writing about, the first thing this piece of shit obviously saw was this graphic right here, that that the fertility rate is going down. Not the population may still be going up, but the fertility rate is still going down. If you have 2,000 people, right? Any number, 2,000, 2 million, or 2 billion. All right, doesn't matter. If you have 2,000 people, let's go with 2,000. And those 2,000 people, each one has a child. You're not sustaining 2,000 fucking people, my friend. Because I have a kid, my wife has a kid, we both have a kid, right? But that's not going to be enough. Because the one that gave birth to that child was my wife. So yes, I have 2,000 people, let's say 50-50 men, women, all of them married with each other. They all have one child each. Population is still going to half. Because you have, for every 2 people, you have 1 person that's going to stay there afterwards. And when those 2 die, they're going to be replaced by 1. And if everyone has 1 child, yet again, the same thing will happen. So you'll go from 2,000 to 1,000 to 500 to 250, and that's it. Yeah, it's you see, you get the idea, right? So if you're writing about anything, and again, I am an author. I have written books before. I have done research. And the first thing you see when you're talking about the population bomb is that there's no fucking bomb. There's no bomb. The graphic of how much people, all of a sudden, wow, we went in 1,000 years. Well, that's all great. But where are you standing right now? And where is that trending towards? If you're standing here, because I get, Thomas Malthus, you can say he's an evil son of a bitch, but, what is it, 1700s, is it? 18, I don't know. You have information at this point. You have information, you have the media, you have the backing of the U.S. government, you have the backing of all the rich elite academia, government officials, UN, you name it. The Johnny Carlsons of the world, right? And this man said that we had to stop making people. We actually had to start, a mass genocide of epic proportions, basically, is what he's going for. If you have a problem with people, that's the only conclusion. And this is something that some people took very seriously. The population bomb of Paul Ehrlich that led to Indira Gandhi's, the wife of Mahatma Gandhi, notorious mass sterilization, because they thought that the solution was killing people. Now, again, how can you explain this? How can you explain standing here at barely a replacement rate? It doesn't matter how many people you have. The only thing that matters is the fertility rate. If you don't have 2.1 kids per woman, you're going to go down in population. Doesn't matter if you have 10 billion or 10 trillion. It just makes no difference. You're going to start going down. And also, by the way, why is it a problem to have people in this planet? What is it the problem we have with fucking humanity? What is it? It's just too much people? That's the idea. That's the concept. So it was not too much people here. Well, actually, it kind of was the problem population here, because here you didn't have enough people. Now you have a lot of people. Now what this man was saying, well, let's listen to him a little bit more.
1 decade, eh?
Yeah, time goes by, doesn't it?
Yeah, time goes by. You're obviously wrong. You started writing your bullshit here. A decade later, you're here. You are below the replacement rate, and you're still peddling the same crap. How? Why? I mean, what is it? I have to believe that it's stupidity and not evil? No, I think it's evil. Because I think the world is full of stupid people. Don't get me wrong. I have no doubt about that. Full of dumb fucking idiots. But those are not the ones that end up 25 times in the Johnny Carlson show, the most popular show on the planet. Those are not the ones that get the deals with massive book, publishing companies and making fortunes because of what you're saying being completely fucking wrong for anyone that checks even the most basic data regarding what you're saying. You can say all you want that, well, we have too many people who are... Really? Too many people for what? For humanity growth? Don't you know that you're making more food here than here? The idea is that you're gonna... There's something... We're gonna run out of food. No, you did not. Not only could you clearly see that when you were writing this bullshit, you clearly saw that 10 years later when you were proven absolutely, totally, completely wrong. And we still have the fucking Bill Gates of the world now pushing this shit. Mass sterilization, population control, killing kids. Bill Gates is pulling for that right now. Why? I mean, is it still part of the UN policy to reduce overpopulation? Why is that even a word these days? What are these people talking about? We're fucking dying as a species.
Seem possible. It really does not. I remember that show so well. We were talking about, well, let's start back where we were talking 10 years ago, because I remember one night you quoted a statistic on that show about population and the growth in the world generally, from something like Sunday to Wednesday night, right? And you gave a figure of the total increase, births versus deaths, or the total increase in population. How much has the world increased in population in say 10 years?
Well, in 10 years, we're putting on 1 billion people during that.
1,000 million people.
Yeah, so...
1,000 billion people. Jesus Christ. Wow. We are overpopulated. Well, no, because math matters. It is a thing. And this is where these guys are standing here. These guys are standing right fucking there. This is in US, by the way. It was lower than that was in 2000 for birth per woman. Maybe he was successful. Maybe he did get the message through.
And we're putting on about 75 million a year still, even though there's been a very slight decrease in the actual percentage rate, but the percent is applied to a bigger capital each time. So the population is still growing like a skyrocket, although there have been some few cheery signs there. I mean, it's mostly gloom and doom, but as you know, things have sloped off a bit in the United States. We are at replacement reproduction, and there are some signs that the rate is slowing in the rest of the world, but nowhere is near enough sign, because we're still committed to something like 6 billion people by the end of the century, and that's 2 billion more than we have now. We're not doing a very good job now.
There got to be food and all the resources and schools,
petroleum, all those funny things that we're now hassling over. Things are going to be very, very tight.
If biologists or sociologists ever gotten together, and I hear these figures, and I think that's what confuses.
This guy, when he wrote his book, again, it was 60. Let's go 60. Let's go with the accurate number, right? So it's 68, 70s. 10 years later, he knows he's fucking wrong. He knows that the world is producing more food than ever, right? Right now we're producing and eating more food than ever. The quality may be shit. That's another matter. That's about greed. That's about corporations. That's about the same corporations that push this crap that you hear here right now, right? The same corporations that do that are the ones. It would be just as easy or even cheaper to produce real food, not processed crap. It will be cheaper, easier, you'll be healthier, but no, the idea is not any of that. The idea...
People, they they say the world can support many more millions of people. I mean, we have something plus 4 billion, give or minus a few, and it can support 20 billion. And then you hear other people say there's no way it can do that because 60% of the world right now, I think, children are on an undernourished diet, are they not?
No, there's a tremendous amount of undernourishment. All resources are tending to be short. I mean, if everything is so abundant and we can do so much, how come we're so upset when the Russians move a few more inches towards a little bit of petroleum in the Middle East? In other words, I have a standard answer, as you know, for people who say we can support 20 billion people easily.
Interesting. So he's a fan of the Russians. Okay. So who is this man again? Okay. All right. All right. So we're upset about and this is a moment in history in which being pro-Russian, god damn it, man. You needed some serious balls to go on national television in the United States and say, we complain about the Russians. Why? Because they're damn communists? Because they're damn evil, dictatorship, the Soviet Union? That's what you're supposed to be cheering for?
We have a little over 4 billion today. Large numbers of them are undernourished. We don't have enough energy to go around, people think. The environment is deteriorating and so on. Why don't we try doing a really good job with 4 billion people? See if we can do that. After we got 4 billion people well taken care of in a clean environment with good health and everybody's fed and everybody has opportunities and so on, then we can say, gee, all right, maybe we could do with 5. What would be the advantage of 5? Right.
Let's start killing a bunch of people and then let's see how this goes. So, yeah, he is, of course, completely wrong. The truth is that as the population of the world grew, so did the amount of resources. More resources than ever all over the place. He is simply not right. You have more resources now than you had when you had less people, right? That's because people are good. That's what these monsters, which this is what I'm pretty sure of now, these are evil fucking people. These are evil monsters with evil agendas, anti-human agendas, right? Our friend Paul Ehrlich, sympathizer of the Soviet regime, complaining about population, complaining about people. And there's things you can say and there's things you cannot say here in YouTube. So, be fucking smart and reach your own damn conclusions. Don't get me into trouble. But, just connected goddamn dots and you'll see for yourself. But these are evil monsters. No one is this stupid and makes this much money and has that kind of support from the world's powers. You just don't end up in that position by coincidence, right? Still alive. That shocks me. 92 years old. Guy is still alive. Did he apologize for any of the evil that he has done throughout the world? Any of the mass sterilization and just pushing the climate agenda, the resource agenda, No, none of that, right? So what is it that you can reach here as a final conclusion? Why is it that these things happen? Why is it that it's still being pushed by the evil, globalist, anti-human elite? Well, they want to get rid of people. That's the only conclusion I can reach. These people, those like him, right? They want to have less. That's why they exterminate people. That's why they love exterminating people. They want the world for themselves, right? So, God damn it, if you're so worried about overpopulation, why did you have one child? Have none. If you're going to save humanity, be a damn example for everyone. Tyler Prize for Environmental Achievement, 1998. Crawford Prize. Haynes Award. All right. It is incredible, man. But no, I don't think it's stupidity. I think it's evil. I think it's... I'm not super religious. I am Catholic and I have certain, brought up and so on. But these things make me believe that there's fucking demons out there. There's evil forces out there. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you think it's the fucking devil directly working through these creatures out there? Do you think it's just pure greed and hatred towards humanity because they feel that we shouldn't even be here? Do you think it's a little bit more sinister and maybe more elite based in terms of going back to Thomas Malthus times of getting rich of the people they don't like, getting rid of the, well, that was kind of successful of him, getting rid of the Indian people, and get rid of the poor so we can have our own Garden of Eden, biblical, getting biblical there, Old Testament style. We have our Garden of Eden, and we have robots and a bunch of slaves. We just maybe had too many slaves. Just let's reduce the amount of slaves that we have, and let's keep a few slaves for us, for Dr. Paul and Johnny. Have a bunch of slaves, and then these days we could have robots. So, bunch of people that are doing the things that we need them to and have our fun with. Maybe have a little island here and there. And then a bunch of robots and technology and AI doing things, but we need to get rid of the poor. There are just too many of them. Let's make our little paradise, right, for ourselves. Yeah, I'm an asshole. Yeah, I will say that. I don't believe in this kind of stupidity. No, I think it's malice. I think it's fucking evil going on. And this is from 1980. The guy is still alive. He has not apologized. He keeps winning awards. and there's Bill Gates as well, pushing for the same thing. With a what, more modern twist? Well, you don't even need him anymore. Now you have people convinced that this is the way to go. Not having children anymore, not having people on this planet anymore. Just leave it to them. Leave it to them to enjoy. Guys, prepare. Get ready. We are in crazy times. All of these things cannot possibly be coincidences. All of this, the economy being what it is, the destruction of the middle class, the destruction of the family, the destruction of the idea of having a wife, kids, the things that were the most valuable things in life. The things that even today, even with these motherfuckers, when you listen to them sitting in their damn mansions, with a little glass of some health food bullshit. Yeah, family, my wife, my kids, that's the thing that matters the most. But not for you. You live in your fucking pod, working all day long for the company. There's going to be only one. There's going to be Wall-E. It's going to be By and Large. Great movie, by the way. Go watch it. Go watch Wall-E again. Go watch Wall-E again. Then watch it again. Watch it at least 5 times. I've seen it at least 5 times. I still see things. Someone there was trying to wake people up. It's in the little pieces of garbage. It's in the little messages. It's in the little subtexts. Crazy. Folks, get ready, prepare, gather your tribe, your family, your people. That's going to be desperately needed in the times ahead. We're already there.